Printing United Expo is where the entire printing industry unites under one roof. Explore cutting-edge technology from over 800 exhibitors, see live product demonstrations, and discover solutions that can transform your business. With exclusive education sessions, expert insights, and endless networking opportunities, this is the must-attend event for anyone in print. No matter your role, Printing United Expo delivers the innovation, connections, and knowledge to help you stay ahead. Join us this October 22nd to 24th in Orlando. Learn more at printingunited.com and experience the future of print today.
This is the Impressions Xchange podcast.
Impressions Xchange podcast,
where all topics impacting the graphic imaging and printing industry are addressed via in-depth news coverage, analysis, and timely interviews.
Welcome to another episode of the Impressions Xchange podcast. I'm Ashley Roberts, Content Director of Printing Impressions and host of today's episode. On this special Printing United Expo short, I chat with Stephanie Buka, Government Affairs Manager at Printing United Alliance. We discuss the advocacy efforts of the Alliance, the tools and resources available to members, and what attendees of Printing United Expo, which is taking place October 22nd to the 24th in Orlando, Florida, can expect when stopping by the advocacy table in the Printing United Alliance booth. Steph, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Ashley. Appreciate your time today.
Of course. Yeah, so happy to have you. So the expo is coming up very quickly, and I know you will be there. I think you'll have a table at the Alliance booth, correct?
That's correct. Right. We will have a dedicated advocacy booth. The number is 3956. So I encourage everyone to stop by. And I'm happy to meet new members and old members, and looking forward to the whole event.
Yeah, perfect. So maybe let's talk about that meeting with attendees. So, I know that your focus is advocacy and government affairs. So could you maybe talk about some of the things that you will be able to talk with attendees about and show them at the booth?
Yes. So we have a one-stop shop at the Advocacy Center. And so we will have a station set up where I can actually show people what we're doing and how they can get involved right on the show floor in advocacy. Very simple tool. I just want to share some of the things you can do with it. So let's say you want to know who are your legislators, who's representing me. You can type in your address and they will pull up everyone, your federal and your state, who's representing you. So you'll know, and every person that enters their address has their own sort of election center. It actually takes them to their state election site. So for instance, I'm in Pennsylvania, it would pull up the Pennsylvania elections website and show me where can I go to vote, where can I see who the candidates are. It's a really great resource. So that's one of the things people can do. Another thing, people can sign up for action alerts. And I know we've talked about this in the past, but whenever there's a policy issue that we either want to support or oppose, and we create an action alert. And what happens, people can sign up to get these alerts. And when they sign up, they will be notified that, hey, we really need your voice on this matter. Do you mind filling out this brief tool? And it is sent directly to their member of Congress in the House or Senate. And if it's a state issue, we even do state issues. So for example, New Jersey and New York had some EPR legislation we were opposing. And so we focused on people, our members in New York and New Jersey. So that's another tool that we'd like people to be aware of and take advantage of. The final thing there's a policy map. I wanted to share the policy map is a new tool. You can look at any of the 50 states, click on the state and see what we're tracking legislatively. And so federal and state, quite often it's at the state level where we're seeing legislation developing right now. So especially with EPR, and there's other state legislation going on. So I encourage people to take a look at that whole map take a look at the state you're residing in, see what we're tracking, just in case you're not aware. And then finally, if you want to know how your legislators are voting, that we have a scorecard so people can look at their representative's legislative scorecard. Now, if they haven't voted on a bill yet, the bill will show if they've co-sponsored the bill, if they've joined and they support the bill. But we have actually highlighted bills that we care about, and those are already in the system. And then you can see, did my Congress member vote in favor of this or against this, or did they co-sponsor it? So it's a good way to, have some information before you head to the voting booth in the fall.
Great. And so attendees who come to the Alliance booth, do they have to have an appointment to meet with you, or can they just, can they sign up, or do they just kind of sit down with you at any time? How does that work? We'll just come up and just, we can start talking about policies and things that are impacting their business. And I know tariffs and trade are a big one. So I'm happy to have discussions. There's no appointment process. Just come on up. And, if I'm engaged at that moment, I'll be happy to, schedule a time with someone if necessary. But yeah, just please come up to the booth and we can talk about things going on in the world today. Wonderful. So I'd like to also ask you about the legislative fly-in that the Alliance has held.
Yes. So
there's an update there, right?
Yes. So it was so successful this year. We made the decision, instead of biannual, we are making it an annual event. And so the fly-in will be held in the spring of 2026. I think I can say April 2026, but we just have not locked down the dates yet. But I just want people to be aware that that's coming up. And if you're interested in actually coming to Washington, D.C., it's a really great time to, engage with members or their staffers and showcase, the printing industry, all that it can do, all that it's about, and highlight its economic impact and value. So yeah, we're looking forward to spreading the news about the dates and more details to come. So yes.
Perfect. And I would encourage all of the listeners on this podcast to keep an eye on printing.org and all of the Printing United Alliance media brands, because we will, of course, update everyone when those dates are set. Steph, is there anything else that we didn't talk about that maybe we should touch on?
No, I think that we've covered it all. I just, again, I would love to meet with people, because that's how we get to know what are the issues impacting you. Your voice does count. We take your stories and we share them with the people on Capitol Hill and in state legislators. So, please let us know if it's taxes, if it's, tariffs are impacting you directly, if it's workforce development, like you're having trouble finding skilled workforce, let us know, tell us, share that with us, and we will do what we can to support you and represent you. So yes, and your voice counts. That's the message.
Love that. Well, Steph, thank you so much for taking some time to talk about the expo and the plans that you have for attendees.
Thank you so much for having me.
I want to thank Steph for joining me on today's episode, and all of you, our listeners. To register for Printing United Expo, head over to printingunited.com. And for more information on the Alliance and its advocacy efforts, check out printing.org. I will include links to those in the description below. See you in Orlando.